Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Barking Dogs Never Bite. And this movie is directed by Bong Joon-ho, and he's made some pretty great movies. And this was his first feature film, and after this point, and these are just the ones that I own, he directed Memories of Murder, a movie that I really love, and it's one of my favorites for sure. Parasite, which is probably his most popular movie, arguably, because it won Best Picture, and most recently Mickey 17, which I really enjoyed, and he has made some films in the English language, starting with Snowpiercer and Okja. He's also directed some other Korean language films, like The Host and Mother, and those ones are pretty great, especially Mother. I love that one a lot. And I'm not sure which one would be my favorite, either Mother, Parasite, or Memories of Murder. But I would need to rewatch Mother and Memories of Murder because I've only seen them once. So, as of right now, I really love most of his movies, and even his English language films are good for the most part. The only movie he's directed that I don't like would be Snowpiercer. I just find that one to be kind of dull, personally. I think that's kind of somewhat of a hot take, but that's just how I feel about it. And this one I enjoyed much better, and I think I like it about as much as I do Mickey 17, maybe a bit less, but I did feel as though the movie looked pretty nice. It was well shot throughout, and it felt like a Bong Joon-ho film, and it also had good music, and I did find the comedy in this film to be well utilized and helped with certain scenes, and it never once conflicted with the tone of the film, and it always felt natural and something that a character would do, and it was like a unique way of doing something. I was like, oh, that I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of funny. Like, I wasn't expecting toilet paper to be funny, but they managed to make a gag out of it, and it was pretty effective for me. I also enjoyed how the story got started, and I liked the directions that the story took. That was something that kept me going, and I was always guessing as to like where it was going. And it's been a while since I've seen a movie like that, and I'm happy that I was able to find one and I was able to enjoy it. The film also had some good characters as well that were fun to follow, and the action in this movie was well done, and even if it's just like a chase, it's still fun for me. Like, there's a chase scene in the middle of this movie that I found to be very engaging and memorable. And it might be my favorite part of the movie. It was a lot of fun for me. Even if there were parts about it that didn't make sense, it was still fun for me. I also enjoyed the reveals in the film without getting into spoilers. There were some reveals that I found to be, oh, that's pretty effective for me, and I like how things are wrapped up as well. I found it to be satisfying and enjoyable, but as far as issues go, I did have some, those being there were parts of it where I started to feel a little uninvested, and I do feel as though the pacing could have been a bit better for me. I just found parts of it to be dragging, but most of it worked pretty well as far as pacing goes. There was also a long scene that took place in a basement where characters are just talking, and I just felt as though it went on for way too long, and I personally just didn't care for it, and it just felt like I was wasting my time watching it. And there was one part of the movie that was unintentionally funny for me, and I can't say what it was because I don't want to spoil anything, but that happened, and there are some goofy aspects to this film as well, especially once we get to the third act, and I just feel as though it could have been tighter and better, and sure, it is partially a comedy, and characters are supposed to be kind of stupid, and that's supposed to be kind of the joke. And I get that much, but at the same time, kind of wish characters were a bit smarter at times. And there were parts of this movie that reminded me of Parasite, in a good way, though. And I feel as though it's like, oh, this is something that you're going to utilize in one of your later films. And I found that to be kind of cool. And overall, I enjoyed this movie. I would recommend it. It's currently free to watch on YouTube, so it should be pretty easy to access. And I had a good time, and I would recommend it. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Barking Dogs Never Bite a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Barking Dogs Never Bite, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Nacho Libre, if I pronounced that correctly. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.